Good morning, track fans! Get in there! We are back on Sunday Slotcast sessions. Man alive, was I ill last week. So sorry about last week, guys. I was a bit under the weather. I'll tell you. I don't know. I went up to Birmingham for a bit of work. So talk about being born under bad skies. I missed Mr. D's spot drag racing. Talk about that later. Had to graft on the Saturday, and then I caught up to Lurgy, which whacked me all Saturday, Sunday, and a bit of Monday. Honest to whoever you pray to, it was not holy in the slightest. Well, it was holy, but not for the reasons I'm going to disclose while you're eating your breakfast. Awesome stuff. So how you all been? It's been 2 whole weeks, and just remember, I did float this a while ago, but no show on the 6th of October. That is in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. There's no show. I'm having me quarterly day off, going up to see my pal John up and pals. We're going up to see John in the Lake District again. So that's going to be good fun. Me, Miss Brown, Laura, Alan, Clint, John. Yeah, it's going to be 6 or 7 of us. It's going to be fantastic. Can't wait for that. Little recharge of the batteries, and I'll be back on fire. So lots to talk about today. Obviously, we weren't here last week, which is a crying shame. I do apologise. But, got to recover. Got to rest up rather than push out. It wouldn't have been pretty anyway. I would not have made it 5-10 minutes, if that. And considering it, I'd already been through a night of it by then, it was still fresh. So what are we going to do today? Well, I don't know about where you are, but here where I am, it is biblical with rain, absolutely throwing it down at the moment. So it looks like I've got a green light for a inside day. No dog walks, no shopping, no going out anywhere to paint store, nothing like that. Just slot car action. And I've got a few things to do as well. So, for instance, I got my Audi A5 DTM here, SCX, and what I've got on here, yeah, you can see it there, is a completely broken chassis, everyone. So I've been on to the lovely guys at Pendle, and I got myself a new chassis. It's a model number if you're interested, that sort of thing. So I'm going to be putting that on later today. That's going to be good fun for me. A little bit of a chassis change. It's not a quick job. It's like strip everything out and then put everything back on, get it all rebalanced. It's all going to be good fun. So real nerdy time there. I'm also going to be practicing making some decals, because I did make some decals, as you saw in a video recently, but it didn't work. As you'll see on Wide on Wednesdays, I'm quite happy to fall on my face and try stuff out and then find out it doesn't work. And then I went and researched how to do it, and I figured out what I did I shouldn't have done anyway. So what happens was, if you take Rob's nice Porsche 908 here that I sprayed up in the Wide on Wednesdays, and you can see this decal here, this Porsche one, these SO ones, and then nearly dropped it. Rob's just had his heart in his throat. And then these Union Jack ones here, they're the ones I printed out. But what I wanted was Porsche to go down the side here with the stripes. However, when you print on transparent decal paper, you don't see dark colors on dark colors, only light colors. Only dark colors on light colors, like this, which shown up on this silver bit. So it's kind of like, So I've bought some white decal paper. I'm going to see if we can get that working later as well. So that's going to be pretty cool. So yeah, so I've got a few bits to do today, pottering around in that. Oh, and it's Trans Am class next in Rockingham. So next week is still Unlimited GT and Sports, so anything goes. And then the week after might be closed, just due to, and you'll see in a bit when we get into the show, the amount of stuff coming up to do is amazing. Like, you cannot turn around in this hobby in the UK and say there's nothing to do. Because if there's not enough to do here, like I've just said, I'm going to be doing some decals, some chassis changing. I've also got to figure out the engine and chassis on the Mazda. I'll go and grab it. Hang on. Okay, here we go. So here's how the story went. Here's how the story went. Nico kindly gifted me this Slot It Mazda bad boy, which you can see I've got open. Well, anyway, long story short, didn't have the right guide. I needed a new guide. Now, the thing with these LMP cars is they have a LMP style guide. And the reason for that is that because it's got such a thin nose here, it needs to be flat and it hasn't got enough height here to have a proper guide housing in it. So they use these funky, hang on. Yeah, look, this is how the guides come. They come like with it's a bit like a science kit. Anyway, so I've done mine and it's clearly not right. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. Let's have a look. Yeah, these aren't level. So I was asking Matt Tucker about it, and he said apparently they do a different chassis. But before this, what I've been doing was it had an angle winder in it, like this one. So I thought, all right, well, I want to get a 25k motor in there. So I'll take that one out. I'll put a side winder in, like inline one in like that. Just change it. Nope, it's not going to work because this gear thing here, this yellow thing, sticks up too high for the back bit here. So anyway, so I'm going to look into the new chassis. So that's the research for later. And then I had this one here, which is going to spray up, but I've run out of time. So I'll have to do that for next year. So there's a couple of things I can be getting on with there. So there's lots of stuff to do while it's raining, everyone. Lots of stuff indeed. Anyway, let's see who's here, shall we? Now I've rambled on a little bit of an intro and what I'm up to. What are you guys up to? More to the point, innit? They turn up here to listen to me, my garbage. Let's get involved. Right, I'm going to start the chat from 7:30. So if you come in early, well done. Thank you very much. I'm going to go. Hang on, I've got to have a look. I'm going to put my money on it. It's Daz or Rob. Who's first? Hold on. Yes. Never let me down. Crew. That is it. He was there when the thumbnail went out, Rob. See you in the morning. Yes. What? Daz, are you in the house? Get Becky to drive. And where are you going anyway? Oh, the fingers popped in. I know I said I'd start on the nail, but the fingers was here at 10 bell last night. Right, let's get on to it. 7:30, where are you? Okay, well, we'll start with Pat. No, we'll start with Tara. Ladies first. There you go. See, chivalry is not dead, everyone. Good morning, Tara. There you go. So Tara's in, followed closely by Pat. Pat, how you doing, Pat? Pat, guilty, charged. I've not watched your roundup yet. Sorry, mate. I was yesterday was a disaster. No, it weren't a disaster compared to some of the disasters I've had. Like last Saturday afternoon and evening was a disaster. Getting my bag nicked, losing my bag that time. That was a disaster. Good morning, Rog. How you doing? Good morning, Keith. Oh, Roger was live yesterday. Has anyone checked out Mad Dad? See the name on the screen here, Mad_Dad. Punch that into YouTube and he's got a channel. Did his first live stream yesterday, everyone. It was so good. He's nailed it. So, Roger, next thing we're going to work on is getting you mic'd up, microphoned up. And actually, what? I might have a spare one. Right, I think I've got a spare wireless mic. I'll check it out after this, and if it works, get ready for the post. And that will elevate you into that, like being able to walk around, but still sounding like you're right next to the camera. That'd be cool. Yeah, right. I'm out of the conversation on that one, so I'll catch up with a convo as we go forward. Pushing forward now. Sunday slot car sessions with me, Pete Brown, more or less every Sunday. But yeah, welcome and thank you for your company this morning. Do hit the likes while you're fresh, and remember that would be sound. I think Daz, the light monitor's heading out for the day, or maybe a holiday. I don't know. Let us know, Daz. And Albert is probably sloughing and sleeping, so he's out of the door. I did laugh the other day. I think it was yesterday. I read on some social media somewhere. Slotar cracked me up. He goes, he is so proud as a dad. He farted and made his son cry. That's why we're friends. There's nothing like a little, in the words of Wilfred, there's nothing like a little guff, is there? Good morning, Harry. Harry, I wonder if you can see on my set design anywhere the subtle nod to your Scalextric review. Good morning, Bo. Wie geht's, Tag? Good morning, Bo. How you doing today? Okay. Already keep yourself on the rails, Tara. You're doing so well. We're so proud of you. Slightly Mad Slot Cars is here. Good morning. Do we call you Slightly Mad or do we call you Fox? What are we calling you, buddy? But welcome aboard anyway. Mark's in. Good morning. Scales. Oh, it's Harry. There you go. Because you changed your name from Slot Cars of Latvia to Scale Slot Cars and RC, I keep getting confused. But what do you know? Good morning, UC Slot Cars. How you doing? Nice to good welcome aboard. Good morning. Good morning. We'll get on to the show in a minute. It's a good one. It's got some nice tracks to check out. Good morning, Janu. Here he is. Janu is in. Keith is in. Keith is a racing extraordinaire now. Keith is up there at the club. He's got a toolbox. He's serious. And that's when you know someone's serious, when they get themselves some slot storage. Once you've got storage to take it out and about, you're serious. So welcome aboard the rabbit hole. Welcome aboard the rabbit hole. That doesn't make sense. But you know what I mean, Keith. Good morning, Janu. Here he is. He's racing in 4 weeks' time. It's the final round of the National UK GT3 Championships in North Staffs. He's on his home turf. His Janu is going to be hard to beat. Very hard to beat. Unless we can sabotage his car while he's not looking in the toilet. We wouldn't do that, Janu. We wouldn't do it. Well, we might do. Who knows? What? Who spotted the Camaro hanging out of my toilet? I don't know. It's a Pioneer Camaro. There's nothing in it. I do love the car, but it's like picking your kids, trying to pick which one to put in the cars, isn't it? So maybe, right, controversial, because of all the issues it's given me, we're going to put that one right firmly in the bog. And it's like it's like proper dark in here. See if that makes a difference. Slightly a bit better. Why is it so dark in here? Anyway, so you saw the Kazi, yes. So we'll leave that one in there for now because of the hassle it's been giving me with the guide and the motor. Deadly. Yes. I know. It's a shame. It's in the bog now. Oh, Andy's up. Andy is up. Is Ruben with you, mate? You know, come on, let's face it. He's our mate. He should be here too. Go and get him up. Get him out of bed. No slacking. We're all here on a 7:30 on a Sunday, like slot car fanatics. So get him up. He can't be in bed. Oh, well, I'll wake him up in the young track fans. I'll tell you when to go and put the phone next to his head. And they'll be like, yeah, Ruben! And he'll be like, Dad, the world's finishing. Excuse me. More coffee. Good morning, Tony. Here he is, Tony. Oh, yeah. Love it. Morning, Three Rooms. Good morning, Mark. Yes, didn't it just? So the comment on the screen now, Doug saying to Andy here, the banger racing looked fun. The banger racing was amazing. So find Andy Sartorius on Facebook and you'll probably find this VT video awesome. So Ruben's been out, big track fan Ruben that is. He's been out and he's been racing his first banger race. Looked amazing. I've never done banger racing, so he's well ahead of me in the motor stakes. Just like, I'm not sure what the scale of the car was, but it was full on. Amazing. Oh, well, there is a first. Who called Tara a lady? She is a lady. She's the slot car community's lady. First lady. There you go. I like that. What do you mean, no stress? No, if you've got slot cars in your life, unless you're a racer, you have no stress. If you're a racer, you start to become a bit stressy. Yes, it is the Haven't swap meet this morning. Morning, Dave. Dave is here. I was just telling everyone that you were so proud yesterday, Dave, having farted and made Rowan cry. You can tell that has tickled me. Oh, well, what do you mean you're missing the Haven't swap meet today, Doug? What do you mean you're missing it? This is not good. This is not good at all. Right, okay, so here we go. Right. Known as Fox, but the channel we will be recording for videos is Slightly Mad Slot Cars, so we thought we'd be chatting on this one. Right then, Fox, sound. I'll call you Fox, but I'll shout out Slightly Mad Slot Cars. So if that sounds like we've got a slot car channel in our midst, perfect. Everyone check out Slightly Mad Slot Cars. Subscribe up to that. I'll check it out after I finish the show. And we'll have a go on that. And then if you're going to do that, make sure you hit the like on the way back in or on the way out, because it's easy to overlook and forget. So Janu, have to watch the video from the National GT3 Championship of the last day. Yes, I've got, is it clean? Is there any swearing on it, Janu? And how long does it last for? How long is that video for? Because I'm thinking, you know, we could share it. We could all watch it, see what's happening at the South Manchester GT3 Championship. So I will find that. Just having a look for it now. It's 6 minutes. We can't watch that on this. But what I could do is I've got a series of videos here. 4 minutes, 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 2 minutes. I could probably edit a video out of that. All right, leave that with me, Janu. I'll have a look at that for you, buddy. Are you the Fox I know? Well, Slotar, there is a story about this, right? See, my liberalness is going to come through now. Yeah, believe it or not, Slotar, I can be liberal. I knew a Fox, John Owen Fox, they were called, from up in Leeds. When I used to DJ, this was massive. They were into the alternative scene, let's call it. So I used to DJ at some wild parties, I'll tell you. And anyway, Fox was the first truly transgender person that I'd ever met. And she was a fox in the nicest way. And do you know what? I didn't even know until they said something. Yeah, imagine that. But no, they were a really lovely couple. They Fox transgender, made the change a few years before. And they were lovely because they didn't go around ramming it down your face, pretending to be victims because they made a choice, crying in their porridge because everyone called them hurty words. No, they just got on with it. And everyone loved them for being John Owen Fox. Nothing else was a consideration. So let that be a lesson to you. Just get on with people on face value, unless they mug you off and then they're on the garbage heap. They're in the toilet. They're down the kamikaze, Harry style. Ooh, hook shots. There you go. So I don't know. Are you the fox I know? So yeah, that would be ace. I feel out. I've lost touch with them years ago when I sort of hung up my headphones for commercial professional DJing. And I tell you, I was just looking at my decks over there behind the set and thinking, it is raining. We could break out a few 12 inches later while I'm doing some slot cast stuff, like rattle the neighborhood. Since everyone's trapped in at home, I can be a nuisance. Love it. Okay, so Fox is in Australia, but he has been integrating into the community. Absolutely. Did I see Hubbo just sneak in the back door? Morning, Shane. How you doing, fella? So all good. One thing that we are doing, I did put a little post out on, which you might be interested in signing up to check out. It's just great. Yeah, look, classic slot racer pit drawer out of my pit box. Chocolate, key, packs of tires. So yeah. So I've had enough, right? I've only ever used NSR Ultra Grips, or NSR now they do Evolution Ultra Grips, because they stopped doing Ultra Grips. Like, why would you do that, NSR, man? Like, why would you do that to us? Anyway, so now we're having to reinvent the wheel. Cheers, NSR. And so what I've done is I've looked into some G25 compound, because that's what we were using at Electric Dreams for the Nationals race. So I thought, hey, you know, wood track at Rockingham. Not really. I just think that I can get something more from tires than I do from the NSR Evolution Ultra Grips. So I've got these. I'll hold that up for you. So it's a racing tire, G25 compound. Those ones there, get this right, I think they are 17 by 10. And then these ones are 20 by 10.6. Bit chunkier, bit thicker. So that's in the box. And then this is what I was going to show you. So this is what we're going to be doing as of this Wednesday onwards on Wired on Wednesday. It's the Ford Escort S1, RST S1. So if you're a bit of a boy racer and you want to see that being built from white kit upwards, from scratch upwards, well, it's not a scratch build. That's the difference. It's a kit build. You want to see scratch building, then you want to be watching Shotgun Dave, Area 51 Raceway with George, and of course Harriet Racing Homeworld. Now Slotar, Nico, Slot Car Dude, I'm not quite there yet, but these guys are starting to come through with scratch build, you know, getting bits of metal, making a chassis, finding the kit, putting it on, doing all that. I'm literally just building a kit here. But if you want to see the kit going together, then become a member. £3 a month. That's all it's going to set you back. Nothing. Cancel at any time. You get a weekly live stream with me every Wednesday. You get some other perks as well, like you can be in the members round robin. So what's round robin, I hear you asking? I get sent cars from Scalextric, don't I? Because I'm a lucky bleeder. Very lucky bleeder indeed. Well, Harry was saying on his channel on his Scalextric review that if he got cars that he didn't like, he'd give them away to his viewers, which is a very, very good idea, Harry, rather than throwing them down the bog. But what I've done was I've actually created a round robin. So there's about 8 of us out of the members that want to be a part of it, that are based in the UK. Sorry, I can't do it out of the UK, but people are like, got to post it around. So we have the car. We have our car for 2 weeks, then we post it to the next person and it goes around. So gradually over 3 or 4 months, we all got to experience maybe, we all got to experience 8 or 9 new Scalextric cars. So we can see. So for instance, you might be a GT3 head and you might not want to race the Lotus 79. So by being in the round robin, you can have a go on the Lotus 79 without having to fork out the money for it and see if you actually enjoy it. Call it like a library service. That's not a bad idea. I might operate a slot car library service. See, there you go. See, confirmed in the bag. He is going to be doing some brass work, and I cannot wait. Oh, Dick, what? I didn't even see you turn up, mate. Where have you been? Ah, what? Sorry, I missed you if you've been in here a while, Dick. Apologies, mate. Anyway, have a good evening, my friend. Good to see you, even though I missed you. Right then. Oh, look, there's Rob's car. Hang on. That's right. It's still here, Rob. Sorry, mate. I will post it to you. I'm going to wrap it up in a bit. I had to get a box out of the garage to wrap it in so it doesn't get broken up. That's what I was doing. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Okay, right then. So we've got some stuff to have a look at. Why not? It's Sunday. It's raining. What else are we going to do? Apart from watch Pete. We're going to check out what's new in the slot car world. But as always, from the top of the tree, we've got to give some kudos to our best, newest, up-and-coming, rising superstars of the slot car hobby, which is the young track fans. It gives me my ultimate pleasure to shout you guys out every week and give you some encouragement to get a controller, get a car, and start gunning it and having a good time on the slot car track. And don't forget, young track fans, it's not all about racing. You can do some scenery. You can do some figure dioramas. I'm really loving that at the moment. So what I'm loving doing, young track fans, is getting a load of figures and cars and setting up like little action scene and seeing like if I can like have some fun. So for instance, Scalextric sent me the Inspector Morse car, and it's the Jaguar. I'm going to fall on my face now. I think it's the Mark II. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. But here it is. This is the Jaguar. Now, this is a very quintessential British car from the 60s and 70s. And it was driven by a famous TV detective called Inspector Morse with his sidekick, Lewis. Always used to say, "You're round, Lewis," in the pub. But anyway, they sent me that car. So I've laid it out next to some cones, picking up the Queen, because there's only a couple of people that have got the right credentials to pick up the Queen. And that's Inspector Morse. That's Jeeves. That's a couple of other people. So that was really timely. So when I got the Jag, I thought, oh, wow, that is a right vintage to do this little scene. So you like do crash scenes. I love doing crash scenes, kids. Man alive. See if you can get like one of your parents or a relative to cut one of your cars in half, one of the old bangers. You can literally like stick that like in the floor and like lay a load of figures out around it and like create like a proper crash scene. Awesome. Anyway, let's go on with it. So Albert, Wilf, good morning. Where are you? Well, I'm doing a show on my own here. I need your help, guys. Come on. Lewis, Eleanor, Liam, good morning. Ruben, he was out racing at Mr. D's. Paul Blows drag racing annual season opening slot drag race. Yes, got it out in one take. So good morning, Ruben. Good morning, Arlo. How you doing over in the States, my man? Rowan, don't worry about your dad farting. Trust me, you are going to get your own back over the years. Because if you're not exposed to mischief, I will teach you the ways of the land. Awesome stuff like putting fake turds in your dad's slippers and stuff like that. Oh, brilliant. Or yeah. Oh, you know, the goo buckets, the little slime buckets or the fart buckets, the squelchers. Like get one of them, empty that into your dad's slipper. So because he's going to stick his foot in there and think the cat's done his business in there. I got all of this to share with you, my friend. Well done. Good morning, Rowan. So Lewis, Elisa, good morning. Elliot, Mia, good morning. Mia, how you doing over in Canada? Good morning, Jacob, right here local in Thrapston. Good morning, Orson in Washington. Owen and Jackson in LA. Good morning, Mason. Charlotte, good morning. Leo up in Nottingham here. Cameron over in the West Midlands. Great Bar. No, is there a Great Bar? No, that's where the slot car club. Oh, no, he is in, I think he's a West Bromwich. Oh, Mark has just got very excited. Oh, Mark Petch in the chat because he is a bit of a West Bromwich Albion supporter, Baggy, as they're known, the Baggies. So there you have it, Cameron. Good morning to you. Good morning, Jacob. Good morning, Leighton. Leighton up in East Lancs. Good morning, George over in Oxford. Olivia, good morning. And we did not forget you, Sasha. Good morning, Sasha over in Houston. We've got global young track fans, everyone. Good morning. Whatever you guys are doing, whatever time it is, wherever you are, have fun. Don't lose sight of that. And just keep getting on everyone's case. We love it. Awesome stuff. So here we go, everyone. I've got quite a few things to shout out today. Announcements, notice boards, events. So, you know, we're going to get right into it. It's going to be good. So I want to do this. I want to make the community feel like a community because sometimes, and it's very hard if you're in the, well, I'm going to cost myself a quid now. If you're out in the arse crack of the Welsh Valleys or the Scottish Highlands or the remote rolling plains of Lincolnshire, you know, or right down in the far end of Penzance in Cornwall, like down at Land's End, it's really hard to find enough people to create a club, to create a swap meet, to have a buzz at a community, which is why you come online and you're watching shows like this or watching great programs from a lot of people in the chat right now, in the live chat. Half of these people chatting, like Slotar, like DG Raceway, like Pat Slots, like Slot Car Hub, just to name a few, amongst others in the chat. Think Scalextric Magnetic Racing, they all have their own YouTube channels with great content on there, so you can tune into those while you're listening to me bleat on. Open another tab on your internet browser, have a little look, have a scroll through, start making some subscriptions. So I do apologize for sharing these events. If you're in these locations and find it very difficult to get to these places, maybe, just maybe, if some of the guys who are going to these swap meets, these race meets, these events would take a few little bits of video or some photos, send them to me by WhatsApp, by LinkedIn. LinkedIn, I'm in business mode, aren't I? By social media. Do send them to me. I will gladly share them with everyone else so we can all have a look at what's happening at your event. Maybe you're doing something that we could do, or we're doing something that you could do. Kind of give you a little element, a little tweak to the event, like a little, oh, that's a good idea. We could have some inflatable, like, you know, Dunlop bridges or something down there. Give a bit of atmosphere to the hall that you're doing your event in. That would be sound. So haven't got a clue. No, I'm only joking. That was a poor joke. Damn it. Get me out of here. Right. All right. I'm out of here. That was a poor joke. Sorry, haven't. I haven't got anything on me. Oh, it's going to go on all day. Having their own swap meet. Awesome. Tony Tibbs is going to be down there. He's going to be doing autographs around about 11:30 for half an hour. So if you want Tony's autograph, make sure that you're there for that time, because after that, you know, he's not going to be able to do it. He's looking for deals between, what time is it? Yeah, 10:30 till 3 o'clock is your time window. Tony's going to be in there looking for the deals at 10:30 sharp. So if you see a guy with a hat on, grinning ear to ear like the Cheshire Cat, that's Tony. He'll be doing autographs, like I said, 11 till half 11. So tight window for that. But that's why he's up, seriously. Normally he's in bed sleeping, licking his eyebrows, licking his eyelids. But there's clearly a swap meet in town. He is up, shaking his tail and ready to go. Fair play, Tone. So bring us some video or some photos. Sorry, lost my train of thought there. Some photos from the event later, would you, mate? And I'll gladly share them. Definitely could use. Let's get that going. And then, of course, you've got the big one, and that is going to be in 2 weeks' time. So I'm taking the weekend off. On the weekend, everything is happening. All right, so it's probably for the best. So Sunday, sorry, I beg your pardon, Saturday the 5th of October, up at East Lancs, which is technically Pendle territory, Pendle slot racing. They're doing the final of the Polycar UK Championship on the Saturday. So I do know that a few people from Rockingham are heading up for that. They're going to take it on. They're going to take it to the Northerners. Get in there, Rockingham. Come on, let's have it. Mick, Rob, Dave Farah. I'm not sure if Sean's going to that one. He did say he might be on the fence. But anyway, I'm not going to it. Ooh, here's how to get a divorce. East Lancashire, right? It's up right up there, PR postcode. That weekend, Saturday, I'm traveling up to the Lake District, which means I go straight past this place. You can see the cogs in my head turning, can't you? Nah. It is not even worth an argument over. I could just see Mrs. Brown's facial expressions literally turn like thunder the minute I floated. Yeah, there's a big polycar slot car race going just off the motorway as we travel up there. Can we pop in for an hour or two just to get some VT and say hello? Oh, I could imagine it. So yeah, that's a big one on the slot car racing calendar. Big one. And it's on a polycar track racing polycar F1 60, 70 style cars. Phenomenal time. So if you're up that area and you want to have a go, it's open. You don't have to be in the championship to turn up and have a race. You'll be treated as a guest racer. So you'll still rank in the day's racing. You'll be, I don't know, mid-table, top table, bottom table, wherever you're going to be. They have that for the day. And then adjacent to that, they run the championship table. So they bring in, it's a collective from the Rockingham leg, from the UK Slot Car Festival, Gaydon leg, this leg. I'm not sure what other legs they did, but anyway, they're going to be running that 2 weeks on Saturday. So if you want to get in there for that. That is a good day. And then on the Sunday, well, that's when it starts getting faster. That's when it gets hot. You've got the Wales and West UK Wales and West Championship. Now, this is a tournament that goes around different slot car clubs and venues, and it's a 50-50. So half of the events, the race days, are on a wood track. The other half of the race days on plastic track. So you really get a balance of having to make your cars appropriate for wood racing or for plastic racing. Really good for the more involved racer. You can't just, if you're like me and you race at Rockingham and it's a wood track, then you got an advantage if you're racing on another wood track because you're used to it. Where you go on a plastic, it's a totally different conversation. You've got suspension, you've got different tire sets, you've got to sort your guide out. It's just different, and I'm not ready for that yet. Or I haven't got any cars or any like springy bits or anything for that. So do go and have a go on these two races. Again, like the polycar race, you don't have to be in the championship to turn up on the day and have a race. Go down there, have a go. I'm going to go as far as saying, if you wanted to turn up and have a race and you didn't have a car, someone might even lend you one to get you going. We want people to enjoy and have an experience in racing. And if it means we're going to lend you a controller, a car, and tell you how to do it and show you the ropes, people are there for that. We'll all want you in. So come down, have a good time. Happy birthday, Mrs. DG. I didn't even realize it was her birthday today. Wow. And what? We've got Shotgun Dave is here. Get in there. All right, Dave, how you doing, mate? What unearthly time in the morning, night is it where you are, pal? Oh, yeah, there you go. It is almost bedtime. So fantastic. And if you didn't check out, watch this video this week. He got this old like coupe style car and he rusted it up. He showed us how to make it really rust bucket, a proper old beater from the scrapyard. It is amazing. So tune into this channel, everyone, on the screen now. Shotgun Dave Custom Slot Cars. Brilliant. If you want to know how to paint, how to weather, how to scratch build slot cars, get in on some of that because he's the man. Really is world class. So there you go. So there's 2 world-class events for you. Right, here we go. Here's your chance to get in under the radar. So now some people, right, find going slot car racing, walking into a room with people, a lot of people you don't know, intimidating. They find it hard work to go and, you know, you go into a club, on the face of it, there's between 5 and 20 people in there, depending on how buoyant your club is, what type of night it is, who are friends. You're going in there to somewhere where everyone really might know each other, on the face of it, that is. But what you find if you go there for a few weeks is that actually some have been going for 20 years, some have been going for 2 weeks. Some people have been going for 20 years, know everything. And us lot have been going for 2 minutes, don't know anything. So it might seem really hard to walk in a room where everyone's chatting and they know each other and you don't know anyone. And who do you say hello to? And will they look at me or will they all stop? Will the needle scratch on the record player and it go quiet and everyone turn and look at me when I open the door and walk in the room? Maybe. It could happen. But what you find is if that does happen, the first thing someone's going to do is, hello, mate, you all right? Oh, come over. Let's introduce myself. I'm Sean or I'm Pete and someone will say, oh, who are you? Where are you from? 9 times out of 10, you probably got in touch with a club beforehand just to see what you need to do to come and when they're open and do you need to pay and whatever. So you're halfway there. But when you come, it can be daunting walking in that, walking into that room, a bunch of unknown randoms, some of them very unhygienic, I might admit. But look, this is your chance to come to Rockingham this Saturday coming. So this Saturday, everyone, if you're in the Northamptonshire area, Leicestershire, Warwickshire, Cambridge, Lincolnshire, Buckinghamshire, Oxfordshire, come on in, have a look. We've got cars and controllers available for everyone. Different cars, different controllers. We've got the raceway track. We've got the Scalextric track. We've got the rally track. I do believe we've got celebrity Gary Skip is coming down because he wants to do some filming on the rally track. I've never seen the rally track. I've only been going to Rockingham for about 2 years. And the first time I've ever seen the rally track, they have it hoisted up to the ceiling and they lower it down, a bit like Ted Slot Car Daddy does in his garage. He hoists it down. That's a great channel to subscribe to, Slot Car Daddy. Oh, Ted, he's a legend. He is. Proper mate as well. Love having chats with him now and again. And I always think it's a proper track. Needs a damn good clean though, Gaz. So make sure you bring your marigolds and your Henry Hoover. So yeah, we're having an open day. I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna go down to that. Gonna support that. So I'm gonna be there. Come down, race me. You won't be disappointed because it'll be your first win. And I'll lend you my cars because they are proper beaters now. They are literally battered. And but that'll be good fun, really good fun. So if you're thinking about it, if you've got kids, bring the kids down. This is the time to bring them down. Because granted, it is a late night on Friday nights at Rockingham. You turn up at 7:30 p.m. We finish racing maybe 11:30 p.m. We've had the young ones in there before, sort of, between 10 years old to 15 years old. And you really see the colour going out of their face at about 9:30, 10. Not because, not in the context that they're tired because, you know, these youth, they've got the energy. They stay up much later than we do, but more in the context that they're not used to coming into a room, bunch of strangers, lots of people overtly talking to them to make them feel welcome. It's a little stage and you're kind of always in your false smiling. Yeah, we're happy. But you're tired because when you first go slot car racing, you're so focused on the car that you're tired. You're mentally tired. So come about 9:30, these kids are like, the colour's gone out of their face and they're like, oh. So by 11:30, they're like, they're kicking the doors in. So by coming on this Saturday, it's really cool because you can get the kids in. In fact, we should do a once a month Saturday open session for the kids. Right. I've had an idea. Rob, Kidder, if you're watching this, speak to your dad, Mick, because I'm likely to forget. And let's say maybe we start up a monthly kids club at Rockingham Slot Car Club and start getting the next generation through. I can't believe I haven't thought about this sooner. I mean, I already volunteer once a month for their local food bank at the church. So why wouldn't I think about doing something like this for something I actually love? Awesome. Right. Plan is in motion. Love that. Okay. Right. Yeah. So we've got that going on. This weekend, this Saturday, come down 10 a.m. social as well. Normally on race meets, they're open at 8. So 10 a.m. till 4 p.m. We're going to be doing some racing, tuning some cars, open workshops. We can do some tyre training if you want, Keith. We could do, actually, I tell you what I might do. I'm going to do a full, I'm going to save this till next weekend. If anyone's interested, full chassis change on the Audi DTM to address the broken chassis look. So that we can do that. Let's do that. We'll do some workshops next Saturday. So we'll set up a little schedule, Rob, where I say maybe 11 till 12:30. Someone will be doing a chassis workshop. Then we can do something like 1 till 1:30. Someone could do a tire truing workshop, so that actually if people are coming down, they can get some value along with having some fun with racing and things. They can get a different side to the day. Looks good. Any ideas for what we should do at the open day? Let us know in the comments if you're watching this back or the live chat now. Probably comments if you wouldn't mind, guys, if you've got some ideas for an open day activities within. And that will do, just give some extra structure to the day, make it like a proper, oh, wow. This ain't just someone's opened the door and let us come in for a go on the big track. It's, oh, they're actually doing things here. This isn't just racing the track anymore. There's lots of these other things that I can be involved with. Maybe, just maybe, we could set up a mini concourse. So we could have like 15 to 20 cars, like a few of us members bring in cars that we've done up for concourse. So I could bring in, from my perspective, what could I bring? I could bring in my Alfa Romeo 8C. I could lay that out. So, you know, people can see different classes of racing that we do in slot cars, and then the style and the concourse of, so you could be into your building and painting and not really racing like Phil Smith, and still go to race events and be relevant and have fun. Oh, this is so good. This is so good. So next Saturday, see, I wanted a couple of weekends off, but next, it's worth it. This is worth it. So next Saturday at Rockingham Slot Car Club, tell your friends, going to be heavy on social media advertising this week. So help me out, please. When I start putting, and we start putting posts out from Rockingham Slot Car Club, from Track Fans TV, I'm going to be tagging the bejesus out of every group, everyone I know, influential, big followers. Do us a solid. Share it for us, like it, repost it, whatever it's called, I don't know, but relay it. That's the word. Relay it for us so that we can try and get some numbers in there. Don't know if Dave's bringing down his crazy barbecue or anything like that. No idea. So we'll see if we can get some food laid on as well. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. I want to get a load of people in there, have a right old good carnival of a day of it, and get people enthused. You know, we've got a great hobby. We've got stuff to talk about. We've got plenty to do. So let's show other people what they can get involved with. I'm really excited about it. Excellent. So just catch up with the chat. I'm going to leave this slide on the screen a little while so people can digest this. Yeah. Well, look, Fox, it's like I said to people when they talk about like, how often should I release videos? You know, what does the algorithm say? Well, just change the word algorithm to the word audience. So what does your audience say? How do I please the audience? Not how do I work? How do I please an algorithm? How do I work with the algorithm? No, how do I work with my audience? If you change the word algorithm to audience, it all becomes a little bit more apparent. It becomes more human. So my advice to you is release videos when you want to. Some weeks you might release 3, other week it might be 3 weeks until you release the next one. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you make it your video. So someone was saying to me the other day, Pete, I was going to do like this video, but it's already been done. Well, you know, like Scalextric celebrated 70 years in the hobby and they invented it. So the hobby's 70 years old, right? There ain't nothing that no one's done yet on it. I mean, we've got a video, we've got a slide in here in a minute. We'll bring it home. I'll remind. So, you know, if you take, myself, Slotar, and Swift Slots, and now Michael Nemus, there's tire truing videos from all 4 of us on tire truing. And you know what? They're all completely different, but they get the same results. But people watch different people for different reasons, because you resonate and understand what someone's saying. Because I'm not getting into psychology, but it's psychological. There's a reason that people will watch you rather than watching someone else. So make the video. If you want to do tire truing and you just think, oh, that's been done to death, do it, because it's you we're watching ultimately. So no, that's good fun. Always rains in the lakes. Perfect detour, Pete. Yeah, exactly. That's going back to getting into East Lancs's polycar competition, isn't it? So breakfast is done over in Germany. Yeah, Bo, I'm thinking UK Slot Festival. If you can make it, I don't think you can fly, if I remember rightly, but you know, road trip. Yes, Dick is still here. Get in. Oh my God. Standing around the campfire. Do not drop your phone in there or it's going to be very lonely very quickly, my friend. Oh my God, it's midnight where Shotgun Davis. Yeah, see, there you go. So this is what I was talking about. Slotar, thanks, Dave, for chucking that in. And yeah, exactly. Exactly. So he's saying that he has challenges walking into a room full of people. Just walk in and guff. That's exactly right. Take the wolf approach. Is just take it, get in there, clear the podium, silent but violent, clear that out. Little love puff down there. Pete's had an idea, run to the hills. Exactly. Oh, good morning, Mum. Mum's here, and I nearly missed her. And Rich. Good morning, Rich. Good morning, Mum. What's the weather like over there? He broke his chassis 2 days ago, did Harry? No live dancing, no line dancing this weekend. Do you go line dancing, Harry? Maria, my Mrs. Brown was like, we should go line dancing. As like, you would hate line dancing. Just line up the kids around the track, Pete and the chicks. That is about right, Roger. That literally is about right. Or I'll stand around the track and get the kids to try and hit me with my own cars. That would be hilarious. Like, get at the end of the like, long straight with my mouth open. Like, literally the end of the car, like. Oh, dear. What do you mean, like that? In there. Brilliant. Oh, good shout out. So anyone going to the Havant swap meets, give yourself some good time because the A27 is closed at Havant West to Eastbridge. Now, if you're in the area or traveling to the area, that might mean something to you. But there you go anyway. So that is that. So a little bit of a traffic update. Cheers ever so much for that, Paul. Are you going down there, Paul? Are you going to be out there? What is this here? Let me just chuck this guy in the... Let me just chuck... My spanners here. Let's get some blocking action on the go. So we had someone spamming the chat. They've been deleted and blocked. Right, so milked it enough now. Rockingham, next Saturday, I'm there. Keith, you coming down? You got time to boxercise and then get over there, haven't you? Good. See you all there. Come on down. Let's go. Track fans at Rockingham. We can race Scalextric down there. It's literally any car you want to race, you can race. Bring your Scalextric, bring your Fly, bring your Slot It, bring your NSR, bring your whatever you want. And then normally what happens is I do this show, like I'll be here next Sunday doing a show. And this is actually in October. And I'll be like, yeah, this is on today, everyone. And no one's got the time to prepare for it. So the end of October, we've got the Slot Rally GB in Farnborough. That's just south of London, anyone. Farnborough, south of London, just near Guildford. Probably 20 minutes south of the M25. You can get down there and race Rally GB. Oh, God, come on, Pete. Slot Rally GB. And get that going on. There you go. So that is going to be good. That has been going on this year. What's this saying here? Is the Havant Club continuous origin from the first big Scalextric factory being set up there? Don't know. Anyone in the chat know what this is about? Let's have a look. So yeah. Right then. So a bit of a roll call, bit of a call out to you guys. So last show we had a little look round inside a model shop feature. The model shop. I love that name. That is an SEO killer. Destroy SEO on internet. What do you want? Type in, oh yeah, I'm looking for a model shop. There you go. The model shop pops up. Brilliant SEOing. Years and years and years before they even knew what SEOing was. So fantastic. So I went round and give you a little tour inside my local hobby shop. We'd had Lee's models before, Lee Collett over in the East Coast. Now, it's important to give these guys a little shout out because unless you know what's in them, you don't know what you can get. And if you need something now, these are the guys who can sort you out because Amazon, let's face it, is going to be tomorrow if you've got Prime, which is great, but it's not now. So you can always pop out to your local model shop, hobby shop, and pick something up. Now, I'm not doing Hobbycraft, obviously, because they're a multinational and, you know, they can do their own marketing. But some of these little smaller shops, they're not au fait in the ways of the interweb or marketing generally as we can market these days. They're not aware of the full range of tools that we've got to promote your business. So I think it's worth us lot getting together, giving them a little shout out, elevating the brand, helping them out a bit, you know, because without them, we'd complain. We'd be like, oh, there's no model shop. No, there's nothing on the high street. Well, get down there and support them then. And in order to support them, you've got to tell us where they are. So if you've got a model shop near you, a little hobby shop, let me know about it. I mean, I'm happy to reach out to them and get in touch and do a bit of the heavy lifting legwork. I don't expect you to go down there and photograph it all out and stuff, but I would like to support these guys and see if we can, we can give them a little lift. I think it would be a nice thing to do. All right, okay. So before Scalextric moved from Havant to Margate in the 70s, and then after the 60s boom years for Scalextric. Right, nice. Didn't realise that. That is quite a good bit of tip. Cheers, John. Thanks for that, mate. Nice one. And just looking at it, we're on the hour mark. So just a bit of housekeeping for those who just tuned in. You with me, Pete Brown, on Sunday Slotcast Sessions, your weekly anarchist show about slot cars, all groovy things happening in the industry, hobby, over the last week or so. You can catch up here, but more so, it's a social event that we all get together and have a chat with each other in the chat, online, and have some fun. So if you're enjoying what you're seeing and you like being a part of it, do hit the like button for me on your way in or out. If you're coming or going for breakfast or for showers or routines, who knows? And, that would be really handy. So there we have it. Model shops, ahoy. Do send them in and we can get it. So cheers, Mad Dad. I appreciate that, mate. It's all good. That's not bad, though. 22 is not bad for this stage of the show. And remember, we've got the new show policy for everyone, which is no adverts. So early bird catches the worm. You'll get no adverts in the show until the show is finished, and then you'll get adverts. Now, the trick of now there is a little trick to this that I realized last week. When I go end the show and I go monetize, it wouldn't allow me to do it until the whole show had uploaded or something, the SD version or some version. So you've got a window of a good couple of hours after the show's finished to watch it with no adverts, guys. But if you're really lazy, like Mac Dustin slot car collector, and he's like, licking his pillow right now, fast asleep, he will get adverts later. And he'll get adverts because he doesn't have YouTube Premium. So definitely going to get adverts. So that will be that. So whoever's here now, whoever's got the show live, well done. No adverts for you guys. And if you're in an area that is just impossible to join me live, like in America or Canada, I do apologize, guys. But you do have your streams like Marty at Two Lines. Great weekly live stream there on Tuesdays. You should check him out. He's great, really laid back. I love Marty. He's literally like, we can work it out. There's nothing that's going to phase this channel. We've got this. We're in my basement. It's Tuesday. It's Two Lines. Love it. He's like literally audio silk. Brilliant. And just a lovely fellow with it as well. You got Rahul up in Canada. He's doing the live streaming as well. You've got Eric on Monday nights. You got it all going on. So fantastic, guys. So yeah. Sorry if you missed it live. Okay, so talking of lives, just floated it here. We've got the shenanigans coming up this week. That's going to be good fun. Tune in to me and Rahul. Rahul's cutting about somewhere. I haven't seen him in a few days. He's been off building websites. Now, he's sort of just harnessing he's getting into a new thing. He's getting into a new business, let's say. I'm encouraging him in the background to go it alone. He's got all the tools. He's got the contacts. He's got the knowledge. He's likable. He's professional. He's got it going on. The one thing, and I know that he's not going to mind me saying this because we're like brothers. He's just not got that. No, it's in the nicest way. He's not got that confidence in himself. And he should do because he's amazing. So I've been working on that, getting him that drive, getting him into. He's got it all there. He just needs that belief that he can do this, and he can do this. So he's been working hard on that, which is why he might have been a little quiet on the posting and stuff. But bear with it. He's just got to get his business and up into order, and then we will not hear the end of him. So we'll be on air on Thursday nights, as you like, all tuning in for the pit stop traffic lights. I don't know what we're talking about this week. We normally discuss this on a Monday, like tomorrow afternoon. We have our meeting pre-show, just so we can make sure we're all getting it right on the same page. Takes a bit of planning to do these shows. Believe it or not, it's like hit the button, hit go live, and look at the screen. Stage fright. And hope someone turns up so we got something to talk about. But yeah, so we'll be there Thursday. And, you know, giving our own opinions. That's all they are. They're our own opinions. But, you know, we're breaking out our minerals or our kahunas to actually say them out loud on screen. Now, we've got into some trouble for our opinions. We have. It's no secret. We've had other YouTubers going crazy at us. We've had brands almost cancel us. We've had, it is literally gone off live on these shows. I'm not joking. Like, you can watch them back. Go back and watch them. We alternate it. So one fortnight it's on my channel, other fortnight it's on Rahul's channel. So we're basically sharing the coverage. And if you work in collaborations on live streams, I think that's the way you should do it. I think you should go round robin between the partnership or the syndicate or the show that you're with. You shouldn't just have it on one channel for two reasons. First reason, it gets boring on the same channel. And second reason, main reason is, you know, it helps with growth. It's like, let's get some traffic through everyone else's channels. You know, it's good fun. They've got something to talk about. They've got other videos you might check out while you're there. So definitely worth, you know, rotating it, getting people out, round, chatting, sharing the streams. Awesome stuff. Shot of the week. It was a bit of a dilemma, but do you know what? Schoolboy, can someone tell me who took this? Whose photo this is, please? Because when I sent it to myself, schoolboy error, I didn't send the name. I love this. Creativity 101. So the old Dukes of Hazzard. The Dixie Lee has had an accident in the Magnetic Racing Castrol's advertising board. Look at that. His eye's stuck in there. I love stuff like this. Like I was chatting about earlier to the Young Track fans, saying about getting model dioramas and going on and setting up little crash scenes. This guy is exactly what I'm talking about. He's got a crash scene going on. So this is, and even like got the bit of fence sticking out of the front bumper, like the grill. Excellent detailing. I love it. Well done. So that's my shot of the week. Sometimes it's track shots. Sometimes it's scenery shots. Sometimes it's just having fun shots. So this was for me. It made me laugh out loud. And for me, laughing is living. And I like to live. So shot of the week there. Right, okay. So Kudos, where Kudos is deserved. Oh, my good Lord. You know, I started to talk about him earlier and I deliberately slowed that conversation down because I knew this slide was coming up. Mate. So we give kudos to Slotar when he turned a potato. I think Pat's still growing his potatoes at the moment. So once Pat's potatoes are grown, he's been inspired and will build his own potato car based on what Slotar did. Now, then you take the potato build, you raise it by 6,000 and you smash it out of the park into outer space, past outer space and into galactic space, and then come back and you build a banana car. Oh my God. Okay, the hobby's finished, right? You know what I was saying earlier, there's always something to do. But clearly, when you get to building a banana, you clearly run out of ideas. Thank you so much, Rob, for giving me literally belly laughter for an hour. It is genius. It is one of the most creative, innovative, funniest things I've ever seen in my life. I have no idea, right, how to fit a guide blade on the slotted LMP car, and you're here making whole slot cars, chassis, fucking, pounding the slot box. Damn it, slipped up. It's that good. I even slipped a swear word out. It is really good. Like, hang on. Everyone, look me in the eyes. This is as good as it gets. As good as it gets. You know, you got Slotter, you got Shotgun Dave, you got George, you got Harry, Home Racing World. They're all sitting there after watching that, scratching their heads going, okay, we are not worthy. We are literally not worthy of Rob at Swift Slots. But, you know, now Rob is, granted, he churns out videos that are a sit-down watch. There's not, you can't have it on in the background while you're pottering Rob's videos, like my videos, where it's just craziness. You can miss some and you've not missed much. With Rob, you need to sit down and watch them. When I was watching his, he did a little video in a week, and I was inspired. So, a little bit of an unboxing on the show. He had a little tool, which he said was really good. I like it. He's put a little note in there for me. He says, keep up the good work. Now, I went on his website. As soon as I found the tool, you can find his website. He sells great things on his website. So that's his website, swift16.com. Okay, made in Wales. All right, what does he make in Wales? Well, for a start, he makes the Swift 16 tyre truer. Fantastic bit of kit. Tried, tested, used regularly. And I'm going to keep this out, actually, because I do. I need to use it in a bit. So he makes them. He also makes. See how these things are not far away from me? He makes the metal tuning plate. Look at the amount of magnets stuck to it for flattening chassis. And then he come up with a new idea. So he hasn't made these yet in production, but he said about this in his video. He said, you get a bit of wood, says, like all casually, you lathe it round, make this like handle out of it. You get a bit of brass tube, you drill this, you wedge that in there. And then what you have is you have one of these. Now, you don't know what this is. If you see here, you see these little dot things on the car. Well, what happens when you're building a car is, so you get the screen and you see those little dot things there. Yeah, you got it. They literally go into the hole. So I'll just stick this one in here. Right. So now what you got is just on this bit. Hang on. Let me just get this in here. The LMP car strikes again. Oh, I feel like it's wired on Wednesdays. Right, good. So now you'll see. And if this sort of stuff intrigues you, definitely come to Wired and Went. So those bits there, you would have to stick a soldering iron and melt them. So with this, you stick that on the end of the soldering iron, and this you put in there, and it melts them. It melts them. You don't have to ruin the whole body shell going through it like I have done with a soldering iron. I've been literally like, oh yeah. And the soldering iron went straight through the back of the car, ruined. So now, Swifty, so I went, look, straight away in the comments, I'm going to your website, you've got a sale. So I went to the website and they're not on there. So I wrote to her anyway. I thought, I'm going to buy something anyway. And I did need, wow, that is some heavy lead. I did need some lead. And this will come in apparent in a video coming forward shortly. I'm going to have, so hang on. So I'm going to have a video coming up where I use that lead for something. Intrigue, excited, curious. Keep tuned to Track Fans TV, everyone. And smash the like button while you're watching, because that's going to do us a world of good. Racing banana cars in the 60s was a bad sign leading up to a lot of tracks and clubs. Closing. What? It's been done before? And yes, the last time I joined the dots, I went bust. So that's all good. But no, that is like literally a genius idea from a genius. So thanks, Rob. I've got a feeling that would be a great bit of kit to produce and have on your website for sure. So if you want to support a local, a hobby-based inventor, racer, content creator, all-round great guy, then do. First off, subscribe to Rob's Swift Slots, because you'll love his channel. Secondly, go back and watch all of the stuff he's ever done. That's going to take about 2 years because he's done a lot. In the last year, he's been prolific. And then like them all and then share them. And then that'll be great for him. But no, really good, Rob. Thank you for this video, mate. Keep up your craziness, because you are literally... I can't watch enough of you. And the problem and the reason, Rob, right, is sometimes Rob goes, did you see that? And I go, no, I didn't know. I'm weeks behind. And he did it like 2 weeks ago. And the reason for that is because I'm like, I want to sit down and watch it, because he doesn't waste a second of airtime. You're just getting a full, however long his video is, of content. There's no fluffy bits like mine with cinematic B-roll and, you know, all these little cut scenes. It's just bush, full on engineering, bang, out the door. So kudos to the Rob. Yeah, track focus time. We do like a track focus. It's the thing that gets everyone to watch my show. Right. You're doing good, Tara. You're doing very good. Don't listen to Dick. He's camping with all the time in the world. So you keep in your lane, Tara. You're doing really good. It's been noted. Well done. So here we go. So Carl watches Rob's channel and stands in awe along with the rest of us. He's got the tools. He's got the knowledge, unlike people who have got all the gear and no idea. You know I'm here, right, Carl? Ah, brilliant. Yeah, the fluffy bits are quite a nice way to just break from one idea to another idea. Some people can't cope when you go straight from like a race into tuning something. They're like, oh, I'm in race mode. So it's a nice breakup. Yeah, well, I did ask myself how Pat came a moderator. I did ask myself, it's been on my lips for a while. I'm thinking, can moderators give other moderators moderation powers? Maybe that's how Pat's done it. That's right. Well done on holding back on talking about Rob Swift's banana. So anyway, track focus time. I've used the same image as the last episode. Not because I've been lazy, but just because it is stunning. Look at that prototype car. The color is perfect. The actual moodiness of the lighting is perfect. The angle is perfect. I just love this image. And if it wasn't a blatant, like, I don't know, divorceable idea, replacing the picture of Mrs. Brown on my phone screensaver to have this one, it's a bit of a conversation, that. Yeah, honey, I've replaced your face for a prototype. I'd be like chatting for days, wouldn't I? Right then, so let's get into it. Let's get in and have a chat about some tracks. Track focus. Yes, starting with Eric. Eric Wildmans. So I did laugh. He did post this out on Facebook earlier in the week. Or last week, I don't know. And said he's just looking at ideas for his new track layout. I love it. That was genius. Brilliant, Eric. Well done, mate. Made me laugh. So if anyone's got any spare track for Eric, he's going to need some, and borders and barriers, and definitely some track lighting. Yeah, that's what we need. So a bit of a jokey track for Eric. Well done for that post. That was really good, and in totally in the keeping of the hobby as well. Listen to me talking out in keeping of the hobby, like I speak for the hobby. I don't speak for no one but myself. You guys are big enough and good looking enough to talk for yourselves. Okay, so I rarely do this. I rarely take an image from a brand's image post. So this was a little video that Carrera took. A video a Carrera subscriber put in their group, which I thought was mega. Look at the size of this. Now, I'm not sure what conversation you're going to have with the missus when she comes back from being out for the afternoon with her pals. She's going to come in, not be able to get in because, look, it's blocking off the door in the corridor hallway. And, yeah, she'll be like, yeah, can you let me in? I can't get in. And then she's going to come in and see the whole flat has been took over by Carrera track. What a great bit of track this is. I swear to God, you can follow it and you will lose yourself in it. That is a sign of a mega track when you can't actually get to the end. I can see a couple of people have walked over to the TV right now. For those of you watching us on TV, good morning on the big screen. And you like literally got your finger on there following it around now. Like, hilarious. Yeah, I think so. I definitely think, or unless you can see at the right-hand side of the screen, just below where my QR code for the merch store is, the finest slot car merch on the planet, I might add. Follow that with your phone and that'll take you straight to the base. But that chair, I think that might be where they sit. But I don't know. I think as well, they might have some cable track jumpers on it as well. What's that sort of orangey, what's that grey box at the bottom center of the screen? It's got wires coming out of it. Is that like a power booster or something? I don't know. Hey, Rich is here, look. There he is. He's up to watch F1 in Singapore. Nice to have your company, pal. And yeah, there you go. Okay, so my dog's, sorry, just looking, my dog's freaking out because we got thunder and lightning and the thunder's just started and he's not a fan. Come here. You all right, boy? Don't worry. It's okay, puppy. See, that's my compassionate side. He's looking all scared. Right then. So we've had a look at Carrera. Look this track. What's the next track? Come on, give us some track. Oh, yeah. Armchair Racer. Can't remember what group I fished this out of, but wow, what a track. I mean, seriously. Right, so this is the long way to look at the track. And I'm just thinking, like, you know, this guy must have shares in foam or memory foam or whatever foam is used to build this track up. Oh, honestly, look at the size of it. It's huge. It's like massive. And it's a single rally time trial track. You can get lost in. Let's have a look at the side shot. Look at that bad boy. I mean, seriously, that big like mountain on the right hand side. And he's got like the adjacent bridge joining the two. So imagine trying to get this in your back of your car. Yeah, I bought this on eBay. Yeah, bring a truck. Oh, no, I've got a van. That'll be all right, innit? No. Bring a truck. You're going to need a truck for this one. Richie's saying he loves rally tracks. Harry's in. He loves it too. Dave, nice Dave. Oh, no, Dave's talking about, these guys talking about the traffic. I'd love a go on this track. This is, if you've got the space and the know-how, why not? Why not indeed? So Armchair Racer, thank you very much for your unknowingly share today. Fantastic. I know. Wild setup, says Rich. It is a wild setup. And Tara is like, that is amazing. She's also saying, don't show that to my better half, Steve. It's my other half, Steve. I beg your pardon. He's not the better half. And Doug is in there. Rally is his favourite. And from someone who builds tracks for a living at a world-class standard, no, there's a few track builders in the world that, you know, are on your radar. You've got Think Scalextric here in the UK doing global tracks. You've got Slot Track Scenics, who are winding down now in honesty, but well renowned through the hobby as exceptional track builders. Then you've got Slot Mods, the boys, David and the boys over in America. I've never met or spoken to David yet, featured his tracks a few times on the show. So maybe we'll get together in the future, have a natter. He looks like a great guy, good fun. So, you know, keep building them zany tracks. If you follow him on social medias, you can see, that was the last track I featured, was the crazy Hot Wheels tracks, all orange and purple, really cartoony. Love that. That's the sort of thing I'd do. Fun tracks. So, yeah, Armchair Racer, you are an utter legend. Love it. Great track. And then, of course, Slot Cars of Atlanta. So he's modeling the new bridges that are available now from Magnetic Racing. Been dying for someone to do these bridges so I can show them on the show. So Jamal has got a couple. He's done a couple. So you can see he's got the square top over the back and he's got the round top and the near distance in red. Nice features to timely tracks. It's kind of like a period feel. Now, let me explain that. And period feel is where you do a track in a time frame, like a period of time, hence period word. So for me, or you do your track in a style. So I'm building my track in a style, the style being an urban city, a cityscape. I'm a city boy, innit? Whereas you take someone like... Yeah, hang on. You take the previous track. His style is rally. And rally is very adventurous. It's very off-road, rugged terrain. Jamal has a hybrid. So he goes through city, comes into the countryside. So these bridges, I feel, are probably more suited for modern day countryside or period town and city. So take yourself back to 1920s, 1930s, that sort of era, 1940s. You're going to find these bridges as the sort of structural engineering at the time. But nice. Hang on. Did Jamal just turn up or something? Yeah, look at that. You put his slide on the show and he rocks up. It was almost like a calling card. Hang on, Jamal's missing. I'll put his slide on. Bing! There's Jamal. Good morning, Jamal. How you doing, mate? Some love for Jamal. Nice. Everyone's here for Jamal. That is it. Cool. Armchair Racer. Do you know what? I thought he was in Australia because of the size of the shed. Like everyone, you know, Dick's got one, Pat's got one. Everyone seems to have these massive sheds. It is absolutely awesome. Good on you, Jamal. Cheers, mate. And thanks for the share as well, by the way. Following you very closely because you're literally my inspiration on because I'm like looking at this. Take, for instance, here. Saying you're my inspiration. Let me explain that because, you know, I don't want it to sound creepy, like gonna start stalking you or something. But you've got here, this fascia, this cliff at the front, just below your signs, it's really chunky and rugged, and unlike a cliff structure I've seen before. Most people put in layers, whereas you seem to have vertical, real like it's slashed, like a quarry would be. Now, bear in mind that I've been in the ceramics industry for 20 years, so I'm used to seeing like natural stone quarries over in Italy being quarried out, and they come out in big chunky blocks. So whereas people do their scenery and they do gradual mountains, a bit like this previous, bit like Armchair Racer, if you look at his rock faces, they're mainly great gradient, they're graduated, they're on a slope. Whereas if you take a look at yours here, your rock face, they're a cliff face, they're vertical. And you don't often see how people do vertical cliff faces. So all of these like little things that you're doing by just having fun in your, wherever you do your modeling, in your garage or your house, you're just doing it like you've been doing it 500 years. I'm learning how to do this stuff. So by you posting these things regular really, really helps me and a load of other people in the background. So it's all good. No, I didn't. No, I did not. But next week, nudge, nudge, wink, wink, we might be looking at it. Don't want to spoil anything. Okay, so moving on. Right. So now and again comes a track where it's a track which I call is within reach of every one of us. So it's not massive. It's not overly small. So yeah, sorry if you've got a broom shed and you're on a limited track size. And if you want to see how to have good fun on a limited track size, right? And he's okay with me saying this because we're pals. Tune in and subscribe to Lee's Slot Cars. He's got a modest track, but he's creating scenery and stuff around it. And he's made it a little track look like a lot going on in there. It's fun. It looks good. So this is somewhere between Lee Slot Cars and someone who's got a massive track like Lance Edgecombe or Bruno. What was his name? Begins with a C. Bruno something or other. He's got a massive track. So it's something that we could probably do. But look at the detail in this track, right? So Bob has got it going on. And I've very rarely I show so many slides about a singular track, but it's interesting to see the detail on the track as we unfold it. So first image to look at, really caught me off guard, was look at the way that the road banks and curves. So you literally coming out of, in the far end of the image by where it says Pondman, you've got a bank curve, if you can see that. Then it comes up into an off a negative camber, which means the road is not flat as it comes up the hill. It kind of twists. It twists into another corner, then twists out of the corner. This thing looks like it's fun on steroids. Seriously, looks amazing. Yeah, happy birthday to Mrs. DG, buddy. So that was one aspect of it. Then you've got that bank corner that we just looked at, comes out into a downhill straight, which then raises up offset camber again. So it is like literally you've got to keep your wits about you as you come around here. You've got more, I took the picture of this more so to show the detailing of the scenery rather than the road. So if you look there, you've got the two grandstands with the white roofs on them, Albert. And around it, you've got about, literally must be about 30 figures. And then if you look over the road, you got like, I'll show you, there's a lot of detail going in, like the figures he puts in, like here, check this out. Like anyone who does scenery or anyone in just knows that unless you're Tara, yeah, or unless you're Mac, you know, from 132 models, because and Tara's fine with this, they're friends. Mac does a lot of film and TV figures. Tara does a lot of generic figures and adult figures, let's say, which, you know, are world famous, by the way. when you do a bit of scenery, you then start to think, I've got to populate that, which means I've got to do a load of figures for it. Now, for me, everyone has, and it's okay to have a bit of the hobby which you find difficult and challenging, which is what makes the hobby fun, because you figure out ways of doing it better, doing it easier, making it more fun. For me, it's painting figures. For me, painting figures, it takes me a bit of time to enjoy that. Which is why me and Tara are great friends, because I've made friends with someone who painted figures, so I know where I can go and buy a load of figures from at a high standard. So look at this, like the amount of figures, like looking down this runway is just, see you later, Dick, take care, buddy. Looking down the amount of figures that this has got on it is incredible. So it's fantastic. Okay, right then. So that was the end of track focus. So we had 4 tracks to look at, which is about right. So all good. So I've got a couple of little bits of other stuff to look at, and then we're going to wrap up the show and get on with our Sundays. I'm telling you now, DK Moon, that is a lot of work on figures. That is like more takeoff figures. Yeah, they do. They fly. Yeah, Bob. Yeah, let's give it up for Bob. Figures do absolutely do make your set come alive. Absolutely 100% believe that. So what we got? Oh yeah, we have got brilliant, unbelievable. I didn't even tell you what date it was, did I? Okay, epic fail, but hold on. I'll tell you what date it is. You know, talk about, you know, world-class A-game live stream here. I'm just on slot forum now. Here we go. 22nd. It's today. 22nd of September. Yeah, there you go. Right. Okay. 22nd is today. Okay. So, it's open. They're racing already. Oh my good Lord. Shout out to the Wolverhampton massive. Wolverhampton, am ya? How am ya? Am I? Sorry, I slipped into West Country mode there. Black Country chat. Anyway. Yes, so there's a race happening today at Wolverhampton Slot Car Club. So you've got a load of classics heads, a load of GT3 heads in there getting warmed up. The racing starting probably from, I'd say probably started from 10. Let me just check. 10:30. So they're practicing at the moment. Got another hour of practice, hour and a bit of practice. Then you're into the race. It'll be classics this morning. So you're looking at your NSR, Porsche 908s, your P8s, your possibly GT40s, that sort of thing. You're in that territory now, your Moslers. Then this afternoon, you got the GT3. Or you got to break out your Corvettes, your Dodge Vipers, your Mercedes AMGs. You got all of these great cars you can race. If you want to go and check out how it looks, if you're not racer, but you do want to go and see what's happening, go and see them. Chris, Malcolm, Lewis, Nick, Ash, they're all great. Literally, they will see you come in, they will shake your hand, they will show you around, they will invite you to chat to people. They could not be friendlier at Wolverhampton Slot Car Club. They cannot want you to go there anymore. You don't have to pay to go there. It's free. They've got free parking right outside the front door because it's at the Aldersley Fitness Club Sports Centre. There's parking right there. It's at the, just to get you there quicker, it's at the Scout Hut. Just go. Just have a look. Support the club and see what some real club racing is going to be like. People travel for this. They come from all over the country. It's going to be, not to sound like you know, a broken record, but check it out. And then talking of racing, congratulations. Round of applause at the back, everyone, for the guys at Mr. D's Slot Drag Racing Paul Blow's annual season opening cup. So I don't know the winner's name. I should know it because he's the winner, but I'm sorry about that, mate. But he won actually, I've got it here. Well, I haven't got it here. What I've got here is I said to Mr. D, because I couldn't make it, I said, what I'll do is I'll sponsor some prizes, you know, for the winner and that. So from the merch store. So I said, the winner gets a free t-shirt. Second and third place gets a mug. So Andy, if you're watching this, go on the web store and pick a mug that you would like. And I'm sending it down to you. So this was the t-shirt from the merch store. Actually, mate, he wants a 2XL. And this is a medium. So this is what he picked. He's loving life at the moment. Sean, who was third place, is going to tell me what mug he wants. And Andy, in second place, is going to tell me what mug he wants. So sponsor the prizes down there, Mr. D Slot Drag Racing. Congratulations to the winner. Well done, Andy. And Sean, well, do better next time, mate, you know. I'm joking, Sean and I. Sean is a Rockingham Slot Car Club guru and a really good friend, actually. He'll help you out. He's just a lovely fella. And we have the best banter, mainly because he's ugly and looks like he's been dragged through a hedge backwards. No, I'm joking. He's going to have a go at me now, call me buck teeth or something. But brilliant. Oh, UC Slot Cars. Let's get that into our search engines on YouTube. It's Hub's brother. Hub's brother, UC Slot Cars. And yes, you got beaten by a kid. But that's okay, mate, because most of us get beaten by Ruben anyway. Daz got smashed by him at UK Slot Festival. I got smashed by him live on camera last Paul Blow's Cup. Now it's your turn. I hope you videoed you getting smashed by an 8-year-old as well. Because, you know, that's got to be on the video. Slotar getting taken down by Ruben, reflexes from outer space. He's literally like Robin Hood with his bow and arrow. He's got his triggers like Hawkeye's crossbow straight in the end of the... You know, you have the catch box at the end of the drag strip for the cars to shoot into. That's like, we should get a picture of Ruben down there, like with his open mouth as the on the catch fence. So it's like psyching you out. When you're looking down there, you just see Ruben's face staring up at you. And he's like there. And he's even got the stance right. He stands there. He's got his legs apart, like in a stance. He holds his controller like this, right by his chest on his midriff. And he's like, yeah, you don't want to be stepping up next to him. He's going to have you. Guts for garters, I tell you. Right. Hang on. There you go. Ruben, you are my man. Good lad. Andy's created a monster there, I tell you. So anyway, congratulations to the winners of the Mr. D Paul Blow's Cup. Just a reminder, everyone, the shadow is out. The shadow is out. No, this isn't this shadow, because you'll notice the difference on this shadow. I don't have the number. So I put this back on screen. See how you got the 101? And it also, this is the George Follmer car. The one you're looking at on screen is the one that won all of the competitions, apparently. At Electric Dream, the Jackie Oliver car. So slightly different, but you can pick them up out of Electric Dreams website. Do support Electric Dreams, great firm. So just... I kept Slotar's comment on the screen here because it's hilarious. He got beaten by a kid, didn't we all? But actually, just for the record, he beat Mr. D in his own drag club. You know, talk about like, you know, we've got to teach Ruben that, you know, go around someone's house. You got to make it look like you tried and you just won. don't just go in there and smash him up, you know. Yeah, well, kids better reflexes, all that gaming. To be fair though, Pat, talking about reflexes, me old mucker. Generally when you have kids, I find that your reflexes are bullet. So like I'll knock something off the table and catch it before it hits the floor. And people look at me and go, how did you just do that? And I'm like, I've got kids. And they're like, oh, okay. So there we go. Got that. Just a reminder, next Saturday at Rockingham Slot Car Club, everyone, an open day. Come on down. Bring your parents if you're a kid, or bring your kids if you're a parent, or bring your mates if you just thought about it. Scalextric is not just for childhood, it's forever. Slot cars are forever. That's not a bad hashtag. I might have been using that recently. Slot cars are back, slot cars forever. I quite like both of them. It works for me. So there you go. And then, as we say on the final note, we have got the latest slot car magazine. It is right here. Have I got the right one? Oh, wow. Oh, I can't actually remember doing that either. But what I did was I actually put the right edition on the screen for once. Yep, we've got the right edition. This is, no, it's not. This is the July one. The correct edition, you'll like this, is actually in my my rucksack where I take it to work and back so I can read it when the internet goes down at 3 specific points on the train journey. Yeah, here we go. Read the map bit, put that down. I've got some internet. Internet's gone. Get the mag out again. So it's great for analog and down tooling. So yeah, so there you go. Right, look, smash the likes for us because we're going to wrap the show up. You know what happens when we get to the magazine slide? We are on a couple of minutes to the end of the show. Wow, what a show. Unbelievable. Wow, we've been on the go for an hour and 45 minutes, track fans. That's incredible because I thought we had about an hour in us this morning. It's all that talk about slot drag racing and getting owned by Ruben. Kids, shorter distance between the brain and the hands than adult. It's about right, yeah. Brilliant. No, it doesn't make them learn different, does it? However, I did see a funny meme out on social media, and it had a picture of a chalkboard duster. Do you remember them ones with a wooden handle and a cloth that the teachers used to use? And it had a picture of one, and it said, "This was the first drone I ever saw at school." Because the teachers used to throw them at you when you was being out of order. Literally throw chunks of wood at you, and it bounce off your head like this, and you'd be like, "What?" You didn't do it again. But there you go. Anyway, cheers, Roger. Thank you very much, my friend. I really appreciate that. And I appreciate everyone tuning in and spending some time chatting with each other. I know, granted, I do a lot of chatting because I've got a camera, but realistically, what I do and what I'm trying to build is just opening the door and giving you guys and myself a place once a week, a safe space where we can sort of talk about slot cars, communicate in our community, and then just have a good time, run some ideas by each other, take the mickey out of Pat and Dick and me. I'm joking. I know they can take it, so it's okay. And if you don't want to take Mickey out of the Australians, you can take it out of Harry. He's fine for it as well. He's got broad shoulders. Really nice to see Scalextric out there on videos interacting again. Got a couple of videos coming up. Oh, yeah. Got a great video coming up this week. Just to finish on this note, you're going to love this video this week because it epitomizes what this community and this hobby is all about. If you want to see a get together, not a professional race or, like a proper race meet like you would normally see me going around, but we did a race. It's an annual race now because it was such a good fun. You're going to see what 10 amateur slot heads do when they get together. They race and they mix alcohol, barbecue, and racing together. That's right, guys. The AIDS Slot Car Shed annual barbecue race video is coming out this week. So rock on. You're going to see what carnage looks like. Brilliant. Hopefully I've captured it well. I think I have. You're going to enjoy that. So stay tuned. Probably thinking maybe Tuesday. either tomorrow or Tuesday, probably Tuesday, actually. So I'll release that Tuesday. We'll get on that and give that a go. Anyway, on that note, track fans, you guys have a good day. Thanks ever so much for coming, joining me in the chat, supporting this live stream. I really appreciate it. Do us a lemon, smash the like on the way out. If you're not subscribed and you're watching this, press the subscribe button. It helps us out. And I'll see you all on the next one. All together at the back. All together now. Track fans.